Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Link to the Past tournament race here. My name is Christopher Finn. We have AceZer0 and a match between AceZer0 and RedKitsune today. It will be a key sanity race, so all the maps, compasses, and keys will be shuffled throughout. I'm Sorcerer Finch. I'm joined in the booth by AceZer0. How are you doing today, AceZer0?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to calm this match. It's a pretty important one for these two, fighting to get out of Group T.
That is right. We do have... It looks like we will have Days Cloud moving on, but AceZer0 and RedKitsune, they're still fighting for second place or potentially first. This is their first matchup between the two runners as well. So this is going to be pretty exciting, it looks like.
Yeah, these are... Days Cloud isn't completely locked, but he's probably like 95% moving on. And these guys are most likely fighting for second place. But yeah, if one of them sweeps the other one in this matchup, then they could be in contention for first.
Yep, and it looks like we are just about to get underway. Getting blue mail out of Link's house and a shovel on RedKitsune's side. So when we start out, we don't know where the pendants or crystals are, so we're seeing two different starts here to start out with.
Yeah, I like the Uncle route Ace is doing in Key Sanity because it can be a little bit harder to get bombs and rupees before Kakariko because of all the dungeon junk that's in the pool now.
Yeah.
RedKitsune is gonna go up to Lumberjack first and get this tree pull and the crab over here.
Oh, and actually the crab giving us a little bit of magic, so that'll be kind of nice early on, although we're not going to really have much need for magic quite yet. That heart container is kind of nice to start out with, but just a heart container up on Lumberjack Ledge.
Yeah, not finding too much for either of them so far.
And the shovel's not too... I guess a lot of the fetch quest items, it's better to get them early than very late, just because you can plan out your route a little bit better if you want to go do... ooh, and there's a big key at the mushroom spot.
Yeah, I kind of don't like having to go out of my way for fetch quest mid-game when it's like, oh, there's like very obvious crystal dungeons I want to do and stuff. But in the early game, when you're still looking for anything, then it's not too bad.
Right, and two big keys out of the Lost Woods area. One for Swamp Palace, one for Tower of Hera. So,
yeah, both big keys that aren't necessarily required, but at least the logic wants you to have the Tower of Hera one. You can skip that with a hookshot with the Hera pot.
Right, and RedKitsune looking to try to dig up some bombs, it looks like, but not spending too much time to do that.
He's going around the long way around Fortune Teller, which is very safe to not get hit by the guards, it looks like.
And especially at 3 hearts, understandable. Now, the good news is we are going to find not only we're going to find the mail upgrades, we're going to find, or we might find red mail. We do know where the blue mail is in Link's house. AceZer0's shown us that.
Yeah, so RedKitsune, oh, okay. Was that a key to Desert Palace, or?
It was a compass,
Okay.
But that small key. Oh, and there's a hammer in Blind's Hut, but without those bombs, RedKitsune will have to dip out for right now.
Yeah, pod key and hammer. It's nice to have. So he is trying to use the shovel to dig up some drops randomly. Oh, I think that's a good B. That's not what we're looking for. He was hoping to get some bombs. That is a rando feature, I'm pretty sure.
And there's another fetch quest item, and there's the Moon Pearl, so that's going to be good. And there are some bombs.
Yeah, here's the bombs. So I Oh, they're both going into blind set right away. I actually like going to the well if you have no bombs. Oh, you've got the boots in the back too, so that's nice. But yeah, I feel like well is a better choice than no bombs because it is faster to, like, it's slower to have to walk out of blind set a second time than it is to walk out of the well a second time, basically. So I prefer taking my chances on the well instead.
Yeah, but those boots are going to be, those boots are going to be great. And also, this is going to get enough money for RedKitsune to be able to check on the bottle vendor as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got, there's 20 rupees in pots in the well, and then there's 50 in the chest in the well, and then there's 30 in the back of Blind's hut. So yeah, that works out exactly.
And wonder if we can get another. Wonder if the bottle vendor will sell us another hook shot right there, because that's going to be needed.
Hookshot and hammer early game in Key Sanity. I feel better about that. I think at least like when we get mountain access, we'll be able to do plenty of things on there.
Right. Now we can't buy bombs quite yet because not without. Oh, and there's Power Glove, so there's Dark World access.
Oh,
we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah, it's good for back of escape too. They don't have to spend a bomb on it with the boots to bonk the wall either. Actually, like going for a bottle vendor, I guess, is a bit of a risk because you don't know if you're gonna be able to get bombs or for them. I guess, like, okay, so Ace has got his one bomb left, and it's gonna open up the bomb hut to get drops here. So there's 4 in here that you can get every time. This is a time commitment.
And one of the rats also dropping another bomb. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, okay, so he's being conservative. They're making sure they get the bottle vendor check out of the way. Probably better to not be more thorough in Key Sanity, make sure you don't miss things, but it is taking some extra time for him to get the bombs out of the hut here, so he's going to be a little bit behind. As far as doing South Shore, like now RedKitsune knows he's got the hook shot, so he doesn't have to toss bombs at the mini boulders. He can just use the hook shot. So him being low on bombs is not really going to hurt him too much.
Yeah, the low on health is going to be a little bit more of the issue at play here.
Yeah, you save and quit out of this, so he'll fill back up to 3 hearts.
Yeah, but there's the small key to Swamp Palace. So once we get those flippers and mirror.
Yeah, it's really good to have the Swamp Small early, so you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, you can have to bet on the first chest in Swamp. That's the big time sink.
Yeah. So you're checking Bunk Rocks here. Do you go check the back of escape first, or back of it, or maybe not back of escape, but maybe Houlihan put you back at Link's house, and then to your South Shore checks? I guess we're getting the answer now, so.
I don't feel like Houlihan's that important once you've got Bottle Vendor done. You don't know if you're gonna get Zora money early anyways. I don't usually putting in the time for that.
And there's our first sword.
Yeah, I think that was Compass for Eastern Palace. It's not too important.
Yeah, it'll tell us what items or how many items we've collected out of Eastern Palace. And if this were boss shuffle, it would also tell us what the boss is. But we do have vanilla bosses today. It's just the keys and the maps and compasses that are shuffled throughout.
Yeah, so Ace doing the nice hookshot trick through the block to be able to one-trip the dam. RedKitsune getting it as well.
Ooh, and that's a good flute plate. It's an early flute location as well, so that's going to be nice fast travel for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, this is where like all the Kakariko skippers rejoice because they got flute before they get to Kakariko the first time. But it's one of those like more off the walls play that neither of these guys did.
Also, we were worrying about bombs so much earlier, and oh well, there's Zora money.
Yeah, so this is why you don't do Julian.
And a Ganon Tower small key.
Okay, yeah, 2 300s in here is nice. Don't have to worry about it. I guess the boots, you can water walk to Zora and it makes the play more attractive. We'll see if they choose to route in the hobo as well with the water walk. You lose the water walk if you do that and you have to fake flipper out, and it's a lot slower, so I kind of like to skip it, but I see a lot of people like to route it in and make sure they get it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a pretty nice sun prize as well for 20 rupees.
Yeah, it's kind of going to waste here because of all the Zora money that they already have. But we don't have to worry about front of pod money now either. It's a good first hard container for RedKitsune to finally get. He's being very conservative on the lineup for the water walk there. It's more lenient than that, but it's definitely not good to like think you got it and have it not work.
Right, and we did see a small key up on Lake Hylia Island. We've got a map of Mire and just some bombs in Waterfall Cave, so nothing to write home about.
Okay, so Ace is doing the play I like. RedKitsune is going to hobo. See if that pays out, but he's gonna have to fake flipper out.
I couldn't quite see what was on the Zora ledge there. It looked like it might have been rupees.
It was a junk item that I filtered out, I think.
But Quake might not be junk.
It might not be. It might be, though. We'll have to see. Yeah. I usually, if I see a junk item, I usually, immediately forget what it was.
And of all of the junk items, chat confirming that it was a green rupee. So it doesn't get much more junk than that.
Okay, so Ace going for Dark World, Village of Outcasts.
And to turn in the flute while we're at it as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the flute. The flute definitely is the thing here.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, you're going to be able to immediately go from here to Dark World if you'd like.
Yeah. I kind of like going Hype Cave first because, sometimes you can spike mitts in there and then it makes the portal in Kakariko faster. Yeah, it looks like he's floating away. Probably gonna... Oh no, he's going to mountain. Okay. Gonna save the old man without the lamp. Usually still good to get the item in the save and quit spot here.
Yeah, it is a really good save and quit spot. And also you do get East Death Mountain. My apologies. As well. So RedKitsune starting at Link's house and then opting, let's start at Sanctuary instead. Probably to turn in the flute before going into the Dark World from the spot just south of Link's house.
Oh yeah, Ace hasn't done back of escape, so he's still missing that sword.
Right.
I don't like the mountain play quite as much because we don't have mirrors, so it's kind of the long way around to Tower of Hera, and we don't know if we're missing well, I guess it's key sanity, so you aren't expected to do the basement if you don't have the small key without a fire source. It's actually probably fine to do this. Yeah, the fire source probably won't be important. They won't have access to the basement anyways.
Yeah, but that key might be important.
Yeah.
And RedKitsune, after activating that flute, is going to go ahead and go into the Dark World. We'll be the first of our runners to enter that Dark World.
Okay, how's Ace gonna get out of here? Are we gonna do the bomb jump, or are we gonna save and quit? Gonna go for the bomb jump. This bomb jump is a little weird. Being like clipped inside the wall a little bit gets you extra distance out of it. Nicely done.
Say very well done. And RedKitsune, gonna go ahead and check. It looks like the front of Skull Woods. I like this play. It is practically overworld checks, and with the added benefit, if you do die in the dungeon, you just respawn in there instead of having to come all the way back here.
Yeah, it's good to just do this in Key Sanity. Oh, he's using Quake. Yeah, okay, I guess that stuns the mummies. That's good. Yeah, this is like Skullwoods isn't like as high value of a play like this outside of Key Sanity. It's still often pretty good, but with every single check here being a potential item, it's a little bit better.
And oh no, RedKitsune has taken a death.
Oh no.
Oh, but there, AceZer0 though did find half magic in the top part of Paradox Cave, and also did find Mirror as well.
Yeah, a good play coming here. Mirror's gonna make some of the Dark World routing more efficient with being able to get some of the Mirror one-offs on the way. Okay, RedKitsune grabbed the extra pot key for Skullwoods. Yeah, it's probably just gonna burn that here. We'll have to find another one if we want to go do the back of if we want to go do the boss once we get Fire Rod. But there's 3 of them. At least one of them will probably show up.
Right, and there's a Master Sword for RedKitsune.
Yeah, it's also a good find early on. They keyed a desert in the Hera basement cage for Ace. Might not have desert access for a while. But, or he's Mitts away from desert access, actually.
AceZer0 getting a nice Hera pot there, just to be able to climb to the very top very quickly. Opting to grab that fairy, which you're at 6 hearts, even if you have blue mail, it's still pretty definitely understandable.
Swamp map.
Ooh, and there's an ice rod up on Bumper Ledge.
Okay, it's really good to have knowledge of that, even if you don't have the cape. Ice rod's always scary to like have to make a decision on Turtle Rock without it. But we can guarantee that it's not in Turtle Rock. The access to it might be, but like you kind of are more informed about what risk you're taking going in there.
Right, and meanwhile, RedKitsune giving us started Village of Outcasts. Ooh, so this mountain play for AceZer0 has paid off immensely, getting that, looks like it is a green pendant, which is going to be worth another item, but also getting those flippers.
Yeah, this is working out to be a pretty good route. That is Swamp entirely open, actually. Early Swamp big key and small key, so it's like a completely safe full clear. That's really good.
And there are a lot of items in Swamp. We don't know if it's going to be required or not, but a lot of items. All without a sword, because the 2 swords we found so far in Back of Escape and Skull Woods.
Oh, you're right. I hope he remembers Back of Escape. That's like... He should have done it already. Hopefully it's in the back of his mind. Pod key in Spiral Cave. And another DT key for RedKitsune in the front of Thieves Town. Yeah, so RedKitsune death warping out of Thieves Town. Doesn't have the big key to access the back.
And this does look like it's going to be AceZero's first foray into the Dark World, starting at Hype Cave.
Yeah, maybe he'll get bailed out by finding a sword in Hype Cave. We haven't seen that yet. ₹100 in chess game. Yeah. Oh, there's the cape. That'll be nice for access. He doesn't know yet.
And a bow, and meanwhile, RedKitsune finding the fire rod.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty hype. That's a pretty solid hype cave right there.
Okay, looks like Ace is gonna actually stall on Swamp, not having a sword. Remembering the key on Lake Hylia Island, which I forgot about. This is like, I find whenever a small key is here, it's really easy for me to forget about, because like big keys are like almost certainly important. But oh, it's the Harris small key. That's really that's flipper locked by the flippers on Moldorf itself. That's crazy.
Right. Also, and just for a fighter shield at the dig game.
Yeah, probably not checking Hair Basement anytime soon, if ever. But it is available.
If we're down to our last item checks, that might be. And if you want to take a break, then there you go. Oh, and there's another key to pod, so.
Yeah, RedKitsune, pod key on Stumpy.
Oh yeah, item-wise, it's been with our two runners. We found some really good items so far. I mean, with the Fire Rod and Village of Outcasts. What was that? Thieves Town and
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock are 5-6 crystals.
Yeah. So yeah, because we don't have map knowledge we don't have pendant crystal knowledge by default in Key Sanity because they're tied to having the maps. You can go ask Sahasrahla and the bomb shop guy.
Also, RedKitsune is going to be really happy about this.
Yeah. He'll know the Ice Rod. It's got Ice Rod, Fire Rod, and yeah, there's another Turtle Rock key in Hype Cave. So we're starting to get a lot of progression towards Turtle Rock. By the time we get Mitz and Samaria, it might be a pretty safe dive.
Right. Looks like, okay, so RedKitsune is going to go ahead and check Pyramid. AceZer0, I don't recall if Ace saw check Pyramid.
No.
And it is for a key.
Pod key would be really good for him. Oh, it is a pod key. Okay, yeah.
What do you know?
So Ace going into pod without that extra pod key on the pyramid. RedKitsune gonna have it. Actually, RedKitsune is not going there, I guess. Gonna clean up Catfish. This is probably good because it can be really bad if you isolate Catfish and Key Sanity. Like, this is the closest you're really ever going to be to it.
And also, RedKitsune hasn't done the mountain yet, so... And I think there was at least one other pod small key up there as well, so you can get even more value out of that.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't really matter too much when you decide to go to pod, because you've got the flute. You can pretty much go there at will at any time, so cutting it off is actually a good decision, I think. Big key to Ice Palace in the Stallfolk's basement. So that's definitely in logic. This is the check that I'm most scared of skipping, routing pod and Key Sanity. Like, it's why I don't really try very hard to skip the front door lock.
Yeah. And RedKitsune is going to go ahead and rescue the old man and going to go ahead and make a couple mountain checks. Now, from here, we'll see does RedKitsune opt to go to Hera and would be rewarded with flippers?
Yeah. Oh, did RedKitsune do Sahasrara? I don't think so.
Not yet.
Okay. That's kind of good for him because he won't have gotten the information that Hera's a pendant. It is green pendant, so it's still a little bit attracted. But yeah, I was kind of worried that like if RedKitsune found out Hera was a pendant, maybe decide not to dip it early, and then miss the flippers.
Right, and there is the Canis Samaria in pod.
Yeah, the items are coming really fast this seed.
Right, and there's a bug net there.
The main holdout is or just probably going to be some dumb big key somewhere at this point.
Right, where's the Ganon Tower Big Key?
No, it's in Ganon's Tower.
All right, RedKitsune was going to go ahead and try to hover that gap, but did fall, opting to go right back to the mountain, though, so that'll be all right.
Yeah, save and quit is your best bail in this situation.
And it's actually probably quicker. I'll think about it, versus going and doing that route again.
Ace,
going through
yeah, took a little bit to set up the hammer jump. It doesn't have the pod big key, so it's going to have to ignore the chest too. But you know, these items are locked behind 6 keys, conditionally sometimes 5, depending on what's in here. But you don't want to, even though they're not in logic, you don't want to pass up something this dense when you're in the area.
Right. Well, and this is also made more difficult. He's using arrows to kind of try to navigate through, because still does not have one of the swords.
Yeah, I like Samaria as an option here for darkroom navigation too. He's like consuming a lot of his arrows, which he's probably not going to need them anytime soon.
And they're silvers, by the way.
Yeah. Well, now he's going to need fewer arrows for whatever he wanted them for. So that's good.
Right, now we don't have the Eastern Palace Big Key quite yet, but still a number of items to get along the way. And skipping the big chest isn't too bad if you have to do Eastern anyway.
Yeah, it's always literally right on the way when you have to go back in. I feel much better doing this dip while having either the bow or the Eastern Big Key, because if you got one of them, then you don't have to like think about triple dipping the dungeon to like. He's not going to have to worry about coming back just for the big chest and still not having the bow, for instance.
Right, and there's our first bottle. There's a bottle. Second bottle, thank you.
I don't remember where his first one was, or if Cicada was checked. I think it was checked. I don't remember it was there.
Okay, and chat confirming that the green pendant turn-in was for a bottle.
Oh,
Salfo's getting a little bit away from Ace there, but there we go.
Oh, green pendant was the... Oh, okay. Interesting. RedKitsune... Oh, RedKitsune's got the mirror, so he's going to... He got Spiral Cave first, and then he's just going to save and quit and use the mirror to access Terra instead. I thought he was skipping it, but yeah, I forgot they got the mirror to be able to do this. Ace Rider did it a little differently. I don't know, actually, the mirror here, I don't know if we saw what map was on top of Spec Rock here.
We did not, and it is a map of Pod.
Oh, yeah, okay, Ace definitely did not get that. Pod is... I don't think the pod map knowledge is actually going to change much. The Samaria's in there anyways, and it's nice and dense, so probably won't make a difference. I don't think we saw much in Eastern.
All right, RedKitsune is heading up for the Harapot right here. It is kind of nice where there are a couple ways to do that Harapot. AceZer0, though, is going to go ahead and check Set Kid right now.
Okay, 50 rupees. Not a lot to write home about. Oh, Ace, you can't lift that rock. You gotta go the long way.
Yep. Mitts are still one of the the mitts are the main, I think, outstanding item that we have at this point. Because with mitts that gets you mire access and mire area access. We know where Kena Samaria is. We know where Fire and Ice Rod are.
I think he's like really avoiding swamp until he finds a sword. The problem is, like, at this point, if you haven't done Back of Escape yet, you probably forgot about it. He's had several chances to get it done at this point. He's gonna find us first sword in Skullwoods here, so that'll be something at least, but missing a sword that is very easily gettable is not good.
Right.
RedKitsune getting the flippers, cleaning up Green Pendant Hera. Yeah, so I kind of feel like we might see Kitsune end up in Swamp first.
Oh, and we've got Crystal's also Pod, Swamp, and Mire.
Oh, that's I didn't realize we had that many maps. That's a ton of information.
My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so Pod Crystal knowledge is not really going to change much between them. Ace already did a lot of Pod anyways. Let's see. Well, actually, Ace might like pick the wrong boss to go to at the end of the seed. We'll have to see if he gets bailed out by pendant maps. Yeah, I think Kitsune is heading to the swamp now. K45 first, I think.
Yeah, either one would be pretty reasonable. Both either from Swamp Sensity, and we are getting K45. Especially just because, yeah, otherwise it's just pretty isolated.
Okay, so yeah, both of them are checking Skullwoods before Thieves Town, which like works out better in a routing sense, like geographically. But then Ace is also gonna find the Fire Rod and Brewery, and then kind of have Upper Skullwoods to consider going back to.
Right. So we'll kind of see what route AceZer0 goes from here. We still don't have Thieves Town Big Key though, so we're still on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I believe we need Thieves Town Big Key, Mire Big Key, Turtle Rock Big Key. So a lot of the front-loaded like actual items, but the big keys might be an issue later. We're gonna get a look at Swamp from Kitsune. Ace getting the Fire Rod. Yeah, okay, gonna check out the front of Thieves. I wonder if he goes back up to Skullwoods or if he continues down along the route, because I'm pretty sure he did Hype Cave already. Yeah, he did Hype Cave already, so...
Yep, so...
Yeah, it's not maybe not as attractive to go down that way.
Oh, and there's Tempered Sword for RedKitsune in the bombable chest in Swamp. We thought the Master Sword was good. The Tempered Sword will make at least the Ganon fight much nicer.
Yeah, the sword is going to be a little bailout for Ace too when he goes to Swamp. Master Sword still isn't that good for Argus, but it's better than Fighter Sword at least. Oh yeah, Tracy pointing out they don't have an extra Skull's small key to do the back anyways.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Is Ace maybe forgetting about that? Since he apparently used the burn the key on the door. Yeah, it looks like he might be forgetting about that. That's gonna lose him some time unless he gets like a major bailout here.
All right. Meanwhile, RedKitsune is going to go ahead and looks like set up for a. Okay, gonna not set up for Diver Down, but this does make at least the trip to get these keys a little bit nicer.
Yeah, this is like the route where like if you're not paying attention, you can accidentally flood the key, which. Well, you flood the key anyways doing Diver Down, so it doesn't matter these days. But this used to be the big scare. So if you do this like key shortcut, back when you didn't have a way to get the key when it was flooded, it was like game over. You had to reset the dungeon.
All right, and just a couple bums there, so we are locked out of Skull Woods for the time being.
Yeah, so I think Ace realized the issue this route now. Didn't really get anything good out of it either. So I don't think you choose to come here for that one item if you remember that you don't have the key.
Right. Well, and especially considering there are still a good amount of item dense locations. Now, Ace will be able to get the Ice Rod, however.
He'll be happy to see that, at least. Yeah, RedKitsune knows it's there and can get it basically whenever. So when he feels like cleaning up Skullwoods is probably gonna be the best time to do it.
And there's the big key of pods, so left side swamp is going to be required.
Yeah, it's a little bit less likely to see people skip left side swamp in Key Sanity, especially if it's like this early in the seed. I don't think there's too much danger of Ace missing that. So Ace is kind of in this area and got the mirror out and is going to check Graveyard Ledge. I don't think we saw that yet. Yeah, I don't think Kitsune has done that much with the mirror. He might remember to do Back of Escape at this point, hopefully.
Right, in which case this route would work in pretty nicely after Graveyard Ledge. You're right there. And you can also do King's Tomb.
Okay, small key to desert in swamp, so we're all set for that once we get actual desert access. Desert is one of the major candidates to be a pendant, though, at this point.
Right, we have so much. Yeah, we do have so much crystal knowledge already. The only pendant we know about is Tower Hera.
Yeah, we know. How many crystals do we know? 5?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah, this is kind of a 50-50 toss-up for which dungeon's pendant at this point.
So far, the pod, big key, and the tempered sword have been the main items here in Swamp.
Hera map in Kings too? Yeah, that's not useful.
That doesn't feel great. And yeah, we still do not have any. We don't have any information about the other 2 dungeons. but odds are they might be pendants as well. Might be one, or at least one of them, at least. But Ace is going to opt to do Catfish instead of Back of Escape. So now this might be a save and quit spot, but with the flute, that we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't terrible just because like Catfish is still kind of the better option here because if you don't do it, you're isolating it. Whereas you can save and quit to Back of Escape at any time. So, but yeah, I am now again worried about if he's gonna remember it or not.
But also remembering to turn in that mushroom, though, on the other hand, just for 10 arrows, though.
I forgot that mushroom existed, so...
Right. And there's Desert Access, book on Argus, and that is crystal number 1 for RedKitsune at the 39.5 minute in. It feels like we've gotten so many items, but that's our first crystal.
Oh, you're right, it is. Yeah, the crystals are sometimes like more backloaded to get in Key Sanity because you need more items to get to them.
And yeah, with that book, that puts the desert play in a much more favorable light because now you can check Bombo's tablet here.
Yeah. Oh, and it's the Mitts. So yeah, Mitts behind Swamp. It's kind of interesting because Ace had the opportunity to do this a lot earlier, but chose to avoid it because of the lack of sword. Oh, he's remembering Back of Escape. Okay. I think the sword might push him to Swamp. I don't think he has any other good options at this point, really, either. Yeah.
Saving the bunk there.
So book required for Mitts. So book was locking Desert Access 100%.
Yep. So
it's not like it's in a difficult spot though. It's like you get book on Argus, you gotta go right to Balmo's tablet. It's right there.
So RedKitsune, I don't know, might dip Mire without the cane. It is Quake Medallion required for Mire access, so we can go into Mire. We just can't complete it. RedKitsune does need to go to Pod for that Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, and there was a Turtle Rock key in Mire Shed. So yeah, looks like that's 3 so far. So when they get Turtle Rock Big Key and Turtle Rock Medallion and Samaria, that's going to be mostly on the table.
And Skullwoods is a pendant.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no keys have showed up for it, and beating it logically needs all 3. So the keys for it could just really be buried. It kind of makes sense. Could be in Ganon's Tower. So yeah, Desert is much more likely to be Crystal now. He's just gonna do the back right away. It's just I like it.
Right, and remembering that you already have the big key for Key Sanity, so you don't have to go through the front first.
Yeah, he's got a great item set for killing Lambo as well. Tempered Sword, Fire Rod, Half Magic. So no reason to put off the boss kill. That's as fast as it's gonna be.
Right.
And we're gonna see Ace probably full clear Swamp. I don't know if Ace is... not sure if Ace has a reason to feel behind yet, so hopefully he commits to clearing left side as well. He's gonna get the sword here, and like he'll know he just would have gotten the sword at any time he chose to go here. Kitsune doing Fire Rod Limo from the bottom, which... Oh, big key to Eastern. That is... Oh, Desert was a pendant. Wow.
But also required Desert.
Yeah, because that means Eastern has to be a crystal, so that's kind of crazy.
Right.
Okay. That's a case where like... Oh, I think this is gonna be Ace's next logical move, anyways. To go to Desert. So, like I have the slight worry again that like, oh, you know, if he finds the Desert map, then he might choose not to do the boss, but he's probably gonna go straight here after doing Swamp, getting mitts. Actually, the big scary thing, if RedKitsune finds Desert map in the front of Desert, and Ace does the front of Desert first, Ace might skip out on Blind Mo.
That's a fair point.
It's very unlikely, but it is possible at this point. Actually, it's not that unlikely because the...
there's a fourth sword.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, map compass has to be available for the dungeon prize. Oh, the dungeon prize doesn't matter, actually. Yeah, no, never mind. I was thinking map compass had to be soon logically, but it doesn't.
Yep.
Okay. Steve's Town map. I got really scared.
And RedKitsune already does know that it is one of the 5/6 crystals.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything at this point. Ace doing Diver Down for left side, which Kitsune did not do. It seems like Kitsune wasn't comfortable with Bomb Diver Down, didn't do it for the back two chests either.
Let's see where RedKitsune goes from here. I would still guess pod. It's just a little bit more surprising route maybe for me. Oh, gonna go ahead and grab that key from the... Never mind. Gonna grab that key from the Lake Hyla Island.
Oh, yeah. I think was a... Oh, no, this was the Tower of Hera key.
Right. So...
Actually, the point I was making about the map compass logic, logically the maps and compasses have to be before the dungeon prize, so that all your information for your pendant or all your information for your crystals isn't locked in GT. Is the intent of that? But it has to be before the dungeon prize, like the crystal or pendant, but it doesn't have to logically be before the item that's on the boss. So.
Yep. And RedKitsune will be able to clean up pod and finish up pod in this go.
So I was starting to think like if Eastern Big Key locks a lot of the rest of the seed, then Desert map might have to show up soon, but I'm wrong about that. That's fine.
So, and our racers aren't going... They're not necessarily going to be seeking it out, but where do you think the lamp is at this point?
Let's see. So Flute, remind me where Flute was again. Oh, Flute was in the dam. Flute was really early, so yeah, lamp could really be almost anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think the only thing that's really blocking are those silver arrows that AceZer0 has that RedKitsune is probably going to pick up as well.
Yeah, I don't have a good guess, so I'm probably not going to make one.
But if we do have... But if we have a mod...
It's possible. Okay, RedKitsune probably going to be happy to get the Samaria from pod. Okay, doing Eastern first with the big key makes sense because the dark rooms are easier. So there's a chance that you get lamp here.
Right, and it's going to be 2 more items that RedKitsune can find versus AceZer0, who does defeat Argus, grab that book and that crystal. And Good news is AceZer0 is going to go ahead and check that, check Bombo's tablet, and we'll be rewarded with those mitts.
Yeah, the seed is like really straightforward, honestly, so far.
Pretty straightforward for a key sanity, at least.
Yeah, I haven't seen like really any curveballs at all. Like all the pendant dungeons that ended up being required, you went to them before you knew they were pendant, so it wasn't a problem.
Right.
Yeah. Kitsune pulling out the 3 arrow strat for the Stalfos kill. It's a little bit faster than the 2 spawn strat if you've got the weapon for it. I still don't know how to do that one.
Yeah, that is a fun piece of tech there. And AceZer0 is going to go. Okay, is going to go ahead and go to the desert area. Going to check out that red rupee right there. Go right back.
Yeah, I think that is faster than the extra mirror. I guess I should probably start doing that. Gotta see the Quakemire. Oh yeah, so I was actually wondering if Kitsune would be in a position where he'd want to dive Mire earlier, because if you're missing both Kane and Mire Big Key, and like not having one or the other won't really hurt you because with the fact he missed Maria and Pause wasn't going to hurt him diving Mire because he wouldn't have been able to finish it anyways.
Right.
But yeah, he didn't dive Mire, so I don't know if we're going to see it from Ace because Ace is like Mire Big Key away from being able to beat it. He's going to get the Eastern Big Key, presumably. Yeah, he's going to get the Eastern Big Key from here, hopefully.
Well,
and then just go to Eastern.
Well, maybe because the big key was on Landmolus, correct?
Yeah, it was on Landmo, but he still doesn't know if this is he still doesn't know it's dependent, so he'll do it.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Oh, yeah, okay. You want to be careful with the Igors because Kitsune went to get the sword ready for this room, but fired a sword beam at the Igor, and the sword beam overwrote the damage of the arrow. And the sword beam doesn't damage the Igor, so it overwrote the arrow damage at 0. So it didn't die to the arrow.
Whoops. But is setting up for the quick kill on... does get a little bit off track here. Gonna go ahead and just take the... Go ahead and do the slightly slower kill, but that is still crystal number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot Desert. Yeah, Desert's a pendant. I've got 4 dungeons done, but only 2 crystals.
Which probably is a good thing that we haven't found another Skull Woods key yet, because that could put the pedestal at play.
Yeah, but it's like, at this point, it's an extremely low investment pedestal. Like, all you have to do is beat him off and then mirror, and you're right there. It's like, this is like the freest pedestal ever, if you wanted to do it. Okay, yeah, so Ace did choose to go to Landmo, which is good.
Alright, and there's the news on the... there's that Eastern Palace Big Key for AceZer0, and there is the Pendant of Power. Still, my favorite fact about Link to the Past is the Pendant of Power is blue and Wisdom is red. Only in this version of the game, or only in this game.
Yeah, I often want to say that they got it backwards in this game, but it was the first game to have that trio, so like maybe it's really every other game that got it backwards.
Right.
Now they're both gonna have Samaria and Ice Palace Big Key. Ice is gonna start looking like the play. Yeah, Ice is definitely gonna be the play before they touch Meyer at all. Oh, Ace gonna go to it immediately?
Looks like it.
Not going to Eastern first. Okay, I think maybe he's hoping to find more pod keys. So that he can combo Eastern and pod and get more of the chests that he had to leave.
Yeah, because at this point, having the ability to hammer jump, and there is that kind of Samaria for AceZer0, for RedKitsune, my apologies. AceZer0 is going to start giving us our first couple checks into Ice Palace, though.
Yeah. So Kitsune is like a couple minutes ahead, I think. Would you agree?
I think so. Between being able to complete... Ooh, okay. RedKitsune, okay. Yeah, just going to go ahead and check out Armless Hellway here. And then going to set up for a hammer jump.
Yeah, I think the one chest that he's going to leave behind here is the pod big key chest. Which is a good call. Did Ace go back? Ace went back and I think hit the switch before doing Icebreaker, which...
Oh, no!
Oh. Big key to Misery Mire in the pod big chest. I don't like... Ace should go to Eastern after he's done with Ice. Eastern and pod, so he should still get that on time. But yeah, I think a lot of the difference in this race, I think, actually is the fact that Ace went to pod Eastern earlier. Oh, there's an ice key in Ice. Yeah,
Nice.
Ace went to pod Eastern earlier without being able to finish them. Double dip Eastern. It's always like the more costly thing to do. Yeah, I think that's the main difference in this race right now.
And that is a good point, because if AceZer0 tries to go mode, and AceZer0 is heading up for a bomb jump here.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't get it. That's really bad because he went and hit the switch before doing Icebreaker, so these blocks are going to be up. He's going to have to go the long way around if he wants to get Iced Tea. Because he had the big key, it would have made sense to not hit the switch so that he could route through those pegs. He wasn't going to get locked out of doing the boss. There's enough pot keys in Ice that you can make up for it even with 0 keys, I believe. So I don't like that he hit the switch. It's gonna make him take longer here.
Meanwhile, RedKitsune is going through the basement of pod. Now, but let's see what's in Ice Tea Room. Not a whole lot.
Maybe there's something I'm not thinking of, but like, I think I don't hit the switch as 0 smalls and I was still fine. I'm not sure.
So RedKitsune, okay, is going to go ahead and use the fire rod to try and... I was a little bit curious about why avoiding using getting that torchlight, but
yeah,
does get through.
I didn't catch how his turtle room started. Yeah, I didn't see it, obviously, but it's good to like try to focus on flipping the first set of turtles first and then like going for the switch after. You have a really good opportunity to flip all of them at once at the beginning of the room.
And really nice poke dash strats there by AceZer0 to very quickly get done. Oh, and there's the big key of Thieves Town. So That's going to be required.
He's got more stuff he can do in kind of a straight line. Big reason to still like put off Thieves Town would be not having the small key for logic and for the big chest.
That cold stare was pretty much as clean as it gets. RedKitsune also getting the pod crystal as well.
That's so fast. I thought he had gold sword for a second, but it's Kitsune that has gold sword.
Right. No,
Ace does have gold sword.
Yep, Ace has gone to desert.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, Kitsune has not done the sick kid check yet because that was on the bottle was on the green pendant in the eastern area. What's he gonna do now?
Oh, I think we're gonna see. We're gonna go ahead and see some fake powder. Check magic bat.
Fake powder is an interesting call here. I'm just a little surprised he's not going to Meyer right away.
And it might be to try to get that, because that would be out of the way, especially if you're not going to be committing to Smith Chain, which, yeah, at this point, Smith Chain isn't looking terribly good at this point.
It's not like, well, Smith Chain's in logic, the fake powder is not, and it's faster, like, to get all of them, like, if you combine it with Smith Chain. So doing the fake powder one off here, I don't really understand it. Maybe he just had, did he have low magic at the, no, because he just beat a dungeon. He shouldn't have low magic. I don't know.
But does remember to at least bonk that tree to get a full magic pot there.
Yeah, he's gonna go get the ice rod here, which is fine. You can kind of do this one whenever. Skull is a pendant. He's not like really gonna be in a hurry to finish it. He should go to Meyer after this probably. Actually, I'm trying to remember where was the Ice Palace. Kitsune should have the Ice Palace big key, I think, because that was in Stolfo's basement. So he should have that. I should be a decent option for him as well as Meyer.
Well, could be Meyer or Dark Death Mountain. Although we still need the TR big key.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't go to Dark Death Mountain yet. Unless you wanted to like try and spike Go mode. Yeah, where is it? Turtle Rock big key from Go mode and maybe the medallion. Yes, maybe that's a fair play.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use that mushroom kind of while we're right here.
Yeah, so I guess there's an argument for maybe going to Mountain if you want to try and like Go mode Meyer or Ice. Ice I think he should just go to and not really try to Go mode it. Meyer I could see more of the argument for. But yeah, like if he goes to Dark Death Mountain and gets the Turtle Rock big key, and then Turtle Rock is openable, that's just Go mode, and he gets to Go mode Meyer and Ice for his Ace probably. Ace didn't Go mode. Oh wait, no, he doesn't get to go. No, this isn't Go mode. He doesn't know Thieves Town big key yet because that was on Cold Stare.
Right. So yeah, Ice Palace is required before Meyer at least.
Yeah. So Ace just gonna pull the trigger on Thieves Town, which is going to most likely isolate the big chest, unless like just happens to be the vanilla small key. But yeah, he's just going to do this for efficiency, just to get the dungeon out of the way. You get 3 good items on pass, hopefully. And hopefully the Thieves Town small key just doesn't end up mattering a whole lot.
And we still don't have. We still might not even be able to get into TR anyway. With the, it's a 1 in 3 chance at this point.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like the other medallions are being pretty stingy. They might just all be in GT. Oh, ether required. Okay.
All right, now is it under the doormat? Are we looking at Hookshot Cave and and there's a small key to TR in Thieves Town?
Yeah, that is not behind the Thieves Town Small, so that's interesting. That's the one check back here that's not locked by that logically. But okay, the Thieves Town Small is just. I had a feeling it was on Dark Death Mountain. It's a pretty dense location. He's gonna feel safe getting that since he doesn't have. He doesn't know where the Thieves Town Big Key is yet.
Right. And this at this point I think would be a good play to go to ice after this. And another small key to Ganon's tower. Oh, and we missed a chest.
Okay. Okay, so I think Kitsune's best play is ice. Where is he going?
Oh, front of escape. Hasn't been checked yet by either runner.
And
Uncle hasn't been checked yet. We're an hour 5 minutes in.
Yeah, they aced it Uncle right away, but I don't like this play over just drushing Crystal Ice. There's not really anything that would, like, maybe he really doesn't want to do it without any small keys, but I don't think it's that bad. He does know he has to look for an extra item that he wasn't necessarily expecting, so widening the search for ether makes a little bit sense, but I still think you could do ice first because it can just be in there. Ice is like the most. Ice is the dungeon at this point where the most things are on path. Ace doing Smith's Chain now, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not a bad time, especially now that you do have that. Now that you've got Mirror, you've got. You'll be able to kind of clean up these checks at least pretty quickly.
Yeah, Ace doing this actually is like more okay, I think. Because Ace doesn't have options that are as good on the table. Ace doesn't have Meyer Big Key. For Meyer, doesn't have. He has all 4 TR small keys, but no TR Big Key. Doesn't know the medallion. And Dark Death Mountain has been available for a while, so I don't know if he might feel behind to those checks and maybe wants to try to do like a one-trip mountain when he gets to it.
Getting some armor smiths though, over on Link's side or on AceZero's side. Or between the, we have one sprite that is Link and the other is, I think, what, Kecleon?
Yeah, it looks like Kecleon.
That is kind of one of the fun things about, at least with even though it's key sanity, you at least get silver, gold, silver arrows, gold sword. You can get decked out.
Yeah, Ace runs the vanilla game, NMG, and a bit of all dungeons RMG as well. So probably likes staying with the vanilla like sprite for that reason.
And there's TR access.
Okay, well that is certainly a call. It paid off. I still don't like it just because
it just doesn't feel good is all.
I don't like the rationale, but it worked out. Like I don't know. Maybe he really wanted an ice small key or something. Big key for skull is that's might lead Ace astray.
Although this is looking more like Dark Death Mountain as well.
Okay, Ace might feel bad getting this Thieves Town small key now. And he's not going to find anything here that actually helps him. So, it's, yeah, he's not going to feel good about coming here. Yeah, so he got one of the pod keys he was missing. He's just putting off pod a lot. I don't remember if he ran out of keys and he couldn't do the boss without another one, but
I mean, it looks like, at least according to the tracker, he only has 3 small keys anyway. So
okay, so he's got one currently. I just saw it in his menu briefly. So
okay.
Yeah, he had 0 before he picked up the Stumpy key. So yeah, needed 1 to do the boss. So yeah, stalling for pod keys makes sense. Hopefully he's still in a position where he decides to go and clean up the big chest when he goes back in. That's where his Meyer big key is.
Right, and there's the bad news that the small key for Thieves Town has been hiding up here this entire time. Meanwhile, RedKitsune is giving us Ice Palace as well.
Yep, we've already seen all the things that both runners are doing right now. But at the end of Ice Palace, Kitsune is going to get the Thieves Town big key, and then he's probably going to go straight to Thieves Town. And we're going to see if that big chest ends up being important. It's like if that's Turtle Rock big key, then Kitsune is just going to be in go mode. It's going to be his race to lose. Ace won't have much of a chance at all of coming back from it.
RedKitsune does nail that bomb jump right there, though, so well done. And also, please make sure to follow the runners as well. They're putting on a great show for us today. AceZer0 and RedKitsune. Also, be sure to follow my co-commentator AceZer0, myself, and our tracker D2 Camps.
Yeah, I always get like so into the race I forget to do the runner plugs and stuff. Thank you.
And AceZer0 is going to go ahead and give us a coffee break right here and check the Tower of Hera big key chest in the basement.
Yeah. I think if Ace goes like at a straight shot to the end on path, like does all the things we know are required, he's probably not going to win at this point. So it is, I guess, good for him that he's checking all these bad checks, because if one of them has the Turtle Rock big key, then Kitsune maybe misses it, and that would get Ace back into it. But.
And to that point, RedKitsune did walk right past. As well. So this would be probably close to a last location for RedKitsune. This check right here.
Yeah, it's not that hard to get back to without the mirror, but like it is hard to decide to do this over anything else. Oh, the terror. That's not helpful.
And
okay.
4 slashes, and Cole's hair goes down, and there is that big key for Thieves Town.
Okay, yeah, Kitsune is going to be really happy to see that. Like all of his routing has really worked out. He's going to be happy that he went to Dark Death Mountain and found the small key first before coming here, and he's happy that he went to Front of Escape and got AceZer. And that's Sank Heart in Spike Cave.
Yeah, when RedKitsune checked it, I think it was too quick of a save and quit to notice that it was Sank Heart.
Yeah, I only caught it because it was on Ace's audio, so I could hear the heart refill. It actually, like, he didn't allow it to visually show up. Where
Is
is he? Okay, yeah, this is Thieves Town for Kitsune. Oh, this is a Meyer play for Ace. Oh, that's unfortunate.
oh.
It's so. If Turtle Rock Big Key is in here, that's very bad for Ace, because that's going to be Kitsune's go mode. Ace actually needs this to be nothing. If it's nothing in here, and the Kitsune doesn't find Turtle Rock Big Key yet, then the amount of time Ace is going to lose here is just basically like having to redip the dungeon, which is like, I don't know, 45 seconds or so. I don't know the exact time. It's like, it's not amount of time you want to lose, but it's not like terrible.
Right. It's not insurmountable, but it's also not gonna feel good. And I mean, Link to the Past is also sort of a psyche, just with all the checks that you make, your routing, execution. Bottle doesn't really help. We are going to go ahead and check cutscene chest.
Yeah. So these two will be racing again at the same time tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to get a restream, but that is when their second race will be happening. So yeah, I think Kitsune's in a really good spot at the moment. Ace, I think, kind of needs something crazy to take this win right now, but can't call it yet. But there's still the option for them to split tomorrow if that happens. Meyer Compass in the dungeon. Yeah, we're gonna get a big moment of truth in about a minute here when or in about 30 seconds when Kitsune goes and sees what's in the Thieves Town big chest. His Ace is probably never getting this.
Right, or hard last location, and oh no!
That's incredible. Okay, that's go mode for Kitsune at about an hour 16 flat.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I said it was going to be bad for Ace for Turtle Rock Big Key to be in Meyer, but it's worse for it to be in Thieves Town.
Right. So yeah, RedKitsune and Gomo just has to clean up this dungeon, Meyer and Turtle Rock. AceZer0 needs to go back to Thieves Town now.
Yeah. If I were him, I would finish Skullwoods before doing that.
And,
wait, no, he can't because we still haven't found any Skullwood small keys.
Right.
So he doesn't even like really have a pretend out.
Right.
Yeah, Kitsune routed this seed really, like, everything worked out really well for him. Went to Dark Death Mountain to get the Thieves Town small key before going to Ice. Ice is where the Thieves Town big key was, so he didn't have to actually like make the decision on Thieves Town. It just kind of worked out for him.
Right, and meanwhile, AceZer0 hasn't checked Pyramid yet.
This was a pod key, I think. Yeah, he like hard avoided the pod keys. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of go ahead.
Oh, and this is actually going to be good because this looks like it's going to be checking front of escape, which will get that ether medallion needed for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I feel like the escape check at this time makes more sense to me than when Kitsune did it, just because Ace doesn't have great options right now, and I think Kitsune had very good options. But like Kitsune would have done front of escape later anyways after exhausting his good options, so it still mostly worked out the same.
And AceZer0 going up just to save for a portal spot. So remember to do that. We're not going to be seeing Ganon, but
yeah, it's gonna. Well, Ace has already done Catfish, so that portal save spot isn't really going to. It's not really going to do anything because he can just loot to pod anyways. Yeah, Kitsune able to go mode Misery Mire. Not going to get anything that was in here. Not going to get the blue potion, which is fine. Yeah, just a straight shot to the end, and in our tournaments, in the key sanity mode for this tournament, we have vanilla castle tower keys, and we have the Ganon's Tower big key in Ganon's Tower. So we're gonna have the same GT big key routing at the end. The runners aren't going to be within striking distance of like the routing changing the outcome really, but there's Ace's Ether.
But at least it'll be choose a number between 1 and 22 instead of pick a number between 1 and 200 something.
200. Let's see. It locks. It locks 5 things. So 210, 211.
211, yeah. All right, and this is going to pod for Ace, so that's going to be the Mire big key. Well, and hopefully AceZer0 does check for the pod big chest, but I think there's still enough missing that Ace will go ahead and check that. Meanwhile, Don't blink, you'll miss it. Vitreous down over on RedKitsune's side. Just has one more dungeon to finish up.
It's kind of funny. I was thinking that like they had a lot of items for Turtle Rock show up very early, and I thought it was going to be a pretty good play earlier on in the race, but then just Ether took a while to show up, and the big key as well. So it wasn't an attractive option after all.
Right, or it was an attractive option, it just wouldn't have paid out. And yeah, there is still a question about, we've completed Pod, we've completed Eastern, we've completed Mire. We don't have, it's still technically not in logic without the lamp. Now we can complete it just fine without the lamp, but any ideas where that is at this point?
Yeah, chat's mentioning front of TR. I can't think of anything else really, because Ace has already done a lot of the bad checks that Kitsune got to skip out on.
Right.
Yeah, I think it maybe has to be there. Ace has checked the one fire rod lock chest in the back of Skullwoods that isn't the boss, so we know it's not there. And then Moth's not in logic. Moth's like very far out of logic. Probably all the small keys are in GT.
Or there's a small key to Skullwoods in front of TR, and that happens to be where the that happens to be the answer.
You'd have to have all 3 show up here to unlock Moth, though. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yep, you gotta go get that Poke key.
Didn't get to have the opportunity of the Chain Chops key dash because of that. So Mario was in Pod Compass Chest. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Kitsune's got all 4 Turtle Rock small keys, so he doesn't have to steal the Poke key.
Right. All right, and
nice bonk over the roller too. Like you need to you have to spend a pretty specific amount of time in the double Poke room for the roller to be in the right position for that. So good read.
All right, so AceZer0 is going to check Harmless Hellway here and is out of pod small keys again. So
wait, that yeah, that's no, he did Helma. He just did Helma, so he's fine. I saw him do the fight.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, okay, so he's fine. He could afford to use his last key on that. So he's about to hammer jump again back to Big Chest and then get his Meyer Big Key.
All right, and talking about zooming through, RedKitsune is already at the Trinex fight, which with the golden sword, it's a pretty nice fight. As nice as it's going to get, at least.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't swap to Fire Rod before the explosions. The boss explosions don't let you pause the game or switch items, so I had to wait a bit to get those Fire Rod shots in.
But luckily, the Ice Rod didn't choose then to lay down some ice on the ground.
Caping. He had enough hearts to take a hit still with Blue Mail.
Yeah, although it's also, if you do take a death here, the small key to Skullwood on Trinex.
Okay. Well, now we know the lamp's not a moth for sure, because this is Trinex's lamp locked.
Yeah. So put a number into chat. 1 through 22. Where do we think the Ganon Tower Big Key is going to be? AceZer, where do you think it's going to be?
I'm gonna say Sweet 16.
All right, I'm gonna go with number 1. Now, I don't know if RedKitsune opts to do like a full left side or full right side, if possible, Hope Room, or what the route is. So, but yeah, we'll go with number 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't usually pay attention to people's DT routes. Preferences not much. I don't usually base what I do off of what other people do, so I'm not used to like scouting that.
All right, well, it's not number 1, so I'm out, but Harris Bombo solved this time.
So this looks like this is either Dark Magician or Rando Room Rush. I think it's probably not Rando Room Rush. I think it's probably gonna mirror here. I don't know.
There's 2, 3, 4. Powder's nice.
Cook something to mirror.
But that is 5 items so far. Powder's going to be kind of nice, especially towards the top if you've gotten hit a good amount. And 2 heart containers, so you would have had to go left side first anyways. Well, if it weren't key sanity.
Yeah, I'm curious if he mirrors out of Compass Room as well and chooses to leave Armos for last. It's like the most conservative route if you think that you're ahead, and I think he probably feels ahead because he's just had everything in his route work out so well. Okay, not in Compass Room. He's gonna at least grab the key here. Yep, mirroring back out. Okay, so yeah, I think this is brain. This is what they coined brain route, but I'm not entirely sure. It is definitely like the conservative play though.
All right, so I believe that was what 11 so far.
First 7 and then Compass 11. Yeah, I think so.
So here is number 12.
So 16 would put it in random room for my guess. Which one did you guys again?
1. I'm out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. that was over pretty quickly. Oh, you guess the location of Baba is at least.
And really, you know, we could just burn down the stone door. I mean, you know, it's just wooden doors, you know, guarding all of these. So, you know, why wouldn't fire just take it down as well?
They do look wooden now that you mention it. Yeah, like the walls are stone, the bomb cracks are stone, the doors are wooden.
All right, it looks like AceZer0 is going to go ahead. And there's the big key.
That's
14.
Oh yeah, 14.
Right, and congratulations to Iwala Koala and Kiriam for only being 1 off. And we are going to see a couple more items, at least in TR. AceZer0, unfortunately, going in without the big key, which unfortunately we know is in the Thieves Town big chest.
Yeah, this is the play you have to make at this point, though, for density.
Right.
Yeah, it does not make sense for him to, like, if he goes back to, if it's in Thieves Town big chest, he already lost. It's I think he just got so unlucky with the routing decisions this seed. I kind of liked a lot of his decisions more, but a lot of the things that spiraled started from when Ace went to Eastern pod without being able to complete it, and then missed out some of the pod keys, took longer to go back, had issues with Meyer not having the big key there. Yeah, just
right. It's definitely required a lot more double dips. Ooh, okay.
He ran into like every double dip that was possible, I think.
Right. AceZer0 does get that final torch, getting a little bit worrisome. And second to last room here in the gauntlet, proven to be a little rough for RedKitsune, but does get through and powder, so you can go ahead and get a health refill anyway.
Yeah, he almost had that really good, except getting hit in the face with the fireball. Oh, nice cleanup of landmost 2 and 3. Actually, those are the more costly ones to let go back into the ground because they take longer to resurface. Yeah, he powdered the bunny beam, which because you're in the same super tile as Limos, their like timer for coming out of the ground is still going, so it causes like the first 2 to sink, and it makes them a lot harder to kill in one cycle.
Yeah. Meanwhile, nice, satisfying wizard kill, 2 kill over on RedKitsune's side. I'm about to do now, and fortunately we do have half magic. If we did not have half magic, this room would definitely not feel as good because you're using half your magic bar just here.
Yeah, I usually use lamp in this room, so it's like the lamp is kind of a bit more comfortable because like lamp doesn't, when you use it, it doesn't actually stop your movement, so you can like go up to the torch and light it and walk away. Oh, there's the lamp.
Oh, like that lamp. In lava chest.
Yeah, 4 tiara keys. I meant you don't have to believe me, but I meant to guess that it was there because I was thinking about the 4 tiara keys earlier. I just never got around to saying it. It's a pretty funny spot.
It is. All right, and RedKitsune is going to go ahead and attempt to do this hover and lands it first try.
Wow. Yeah, really good job on that. Some of the players who I haven't seen around for as long, I'm like less familiar on whether they're hoverers or not. I think he's also like he's a Spanish speaker. I think probably spends more time around the Spanish speaking community, so I don't know him as well.
All right, meanwhile, we're practicing our agonometry over on RedKitsune's side. All right, and Mimic Cave just having that red rupee. I think that's all you can do, Ace. Oh. Did Ace not do Spiral Cave?
I thought no, he did. He's leaving the portal there. He's doing a portal save. That's Spiral Cave.
Okay. Actually, I like that. I like that placement. I had not realized that was a valid placement for that portal.
Yeah, it just doesn't come up as often. So is this Thieves Town or? Well, he's going to Moth with.
It's like deja vu all over again on RedKitsune's side with the going ahead and giving us some dash strats here for phase 2. But this looks like it's going to be a one-on-one.
Oh yeah, Skull What's Big is actually like a good play here. Moth obviously is not in Logic. Oh, it's close to being in Logic now, so maybe he does go for it. It's but yeah, RedKitsune is going to finish up very shortly, definitely before Ace gets into go mode. This Ganon fight's just going to be really fast.
Well, depending on the... okay, I say, well, depending on the Ganon teleport patterns, and then it just immediately stops.
Okay, yeah, got the warp interrupted in the center of the room for a good double setup. And that's that. Get your GGs in chat for RedKitsune taking his game 1 in this matchup over Ace.
And that is time. GG's
with the time of... Sorry.
Sorry, with an official time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, 40 seconds, RedKitsune has finished and won this race.
Yeah, sprouting worked out so well. Yeah, so let's see. What does this do for them in the standings? So this is RedKitsune's third win and 1 loss to Dave's Cloud. Ace is now at 3-2 and has 1 more match against Kitsune.
And we are joined in the booth with RedKitsune as well. GG.
GG's.
So how about that routing, huh?
Yeah. How about... Where was a small Thief Town key?
The small key was in Super Bunny, I think.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't know when I read Thief Town small, but I thought for myself that was a tricky location, the big key. And when I was in Thief Town, I was really thinking okay, and now I go to Mire, I was thinking, and then suddenly the last big key there was a little everything in my route, a little bit too lucky.
Yeah, Ace did Ice Palace before Dark Death Mountain, so he got the Thieves Town big key, and then if you get the Thieves Town big key before the small key, then there's a chance you missed the big chest. That's what happened to him. So it's really, really unlucky. Like all of the things that went right in your route basically went wrong for Ace. So
some of my decisions were given by the key logic. Like I didn't want to go to Ice Palace without more smalls. I didn't want to go to Thief Town. When I got the big, I am not really thinking. Also Mothula, I never go to Mothula because I don't have any small keys. I don't know. Some decisions were based on the logic and so, but other decisions were like, I don't know, let's do Bombo Stable. Why not? And then the meat and things like that were kinda of my way, but really, really strange that they were giving me everything.
Yeah, between the mitts, the front of escape, Zelda0 having that ether medallion for you, like
Ace did escape at early game or something, or when he finds the ether.
Ace did not find Ace. So I think you checked it around the 1 hour mark.
Yes, exactly.
Ace didn't check it for I think another 15-20 minutes. AceZer.
Okay.
He wasn't that much later to it, but he was like already behind for other reasons. So,
because I in my head I was thinking if Ether was early, you can enter the Turtle Rock like without the key, and if this big key, which was the last item that I was looking for, the easy it is in Turtle Rock, I was a little bit worried about that, but if Ace didn't went to escape, so the same play, the same value.
okay. Yeah. I was wondering why you went to escape, because I thought it looked like Ice Palace was a better play,
but Ice Palace didn't have key. I really wanted to go to the mountain and finish it. I was thinking, okay, let's do everything more or less close, get the ice rod, get everything, and then go to Turtle Rock. Let's assume it's Quake. Let's enter. Let's assume that this is the big key. But I don't know. I find another things, and I don't know. It was a really good route, and I am not sure when it can really go wrong, but I think in a lot of places. and also left side swamp was something, no?
Yes.
Pod
was?
big key.
Oh, okay.
And that was required for Meyer big key as well.
Ace did left side swamp?
Yeah, he did. He went to Eastern and Pod very early though. So he didn't have Pod big key. He couldn't get Meyer big key. He double dipped both dungeons.
I didn't want to go to Pod because when I was looking at the tracker, I have like 1 key or maybe 2, and then suddenly I have 4 keys. And then they give me the Easter Palace big key. Say, okay, let's go there. But first the swamp, and then they give me the big key. So I was thinking in the pod play like 10 minutes before going to pod, but they still giving me reasons to go to there. Also, I had the green pendant to give to Saha.
Oh yeah, maybe that's a reason. Maybe that's why he went there earlier. The green pendant. I'm not sure.
But that Moldor, because the mirror was there and behind the mirror were the mist. It was clearly that you are going to go to the mountain. A half of the thing, I was thinking that okay, he went to Torredera, to Tower of Era, to mountain, more or less as same as me, and the green pendant I don't think is something different that I will have. I was thinking that, I don't know, when I find mirror and go to swamp and I find book and these kind of things that they go in chain together. But again, I am very surprised about also the time, because I'm less than 100 minutes for a Kisanity open.
Yeah,
It's a
under
good
100
time.
minutes is fantastic.
And I didn't play my best, but I didn't play my worst. It was like very very okay execution for my part.
It sounds like you thought a lot about where he was going to go and what items he was going to have.
I assume that Ace has better execution than me, so I am always trying to think not what is the anti-play, I'm not thinking about that. I'm more thinking about, okay, what is a good play but a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm always thinking about what is. So Ice Palace, for instance, it was a play, an obvious play to do. So I lead it a little bit behind. Let's do Swamp. Let's do this other thing. And also, I am very lucky that there was nothing in Smith Chain, because that was going to be my last location for sure.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that was on Smith Chain was there was an armor upgrade from the Smiths themselves. Also, the lamp, if you're curious about where that was in Lava Chest all along.
I was thinking that it was in Turtle Rock or in Misery Mire, they didn't open anything. I was thinking about opening for the lamp, but when I was in Misery Mire, I was thinking, okay, I need the lamp for this, for the basement of Misery Mire, which went pretty well. So I was thinking, too late for the lamp. Whatever. Let's go forward and assume that it was in School Woods or something. Like I was never going to go back.
Yeah, there was a lot to think about for the logic. Yeah, I was saying for a long time that Ice seemed like the obvious play, but it makes a lot of sense now why you didn't want to do it.
But for both reasons, because I didn't have keys, but also because I was assuming that my opponent is going to do it. So given that it's also not in logic and it is a little bit, even it is uncomfortable, let's leave Ice Palace for next. But I don't know, I got the two blue bottles and I was always thinking if I was going to die at some point. In Swamp, it was like the strange place to have a problem of health in Swamp. I was like 2 hearts, then I start finding hearts in the pots, which I knew that they were there, but I was thinking, okay, I'm going to die doing left side Swamp. It was something that I was really scared about, dying in somewhere important, but I was I almost died in Swamp.
Yeah, that was a little more stressful, but got through it just fine.
Yeah, I forgot how.
Also for Swamp, yeah, and another thing that Swamp, I do not know if this is still true, but I did have the big, the small key, and the map of Swamp really early. So I was thinking that there should be something in Swamp, which I do not know if it's still in logic, the dungeon only and the boss, if you have the map and the compass in this kind of key sanity.
The dungeon prize is locked by the map and compass. Like the crystal or pendant itself is locked by the map and compass, but the item on the boss is not. So it only matters for stuff like pendants or pedestal or pyramid fairy, or if the map and compass can be in GT, but it doesn't matter what the boss item is.
Okay.
In entrance rando, entrance rando does not have that logic. It doesn't matter in entrance rando.
Okay. I also get confused because which is what I always assume that the map and the compass are important for the logic, and that's all. And that's the thing that I think about.
Yeah, it's a little bit important. It can like if you don't see a map for a long time, it's probably a pendant. That's basically it. It's just so that all the information isn't locked in Ganon's tower. But in entrance rando, usually that doesn't matter because you can go into Ganon's tower early. So it doesn't make as much sense for them to put to make logic for that, if that makes sense. As maybe a little bit confusing, I don't know. We've got Ace climbing Ganon's tower though. Is finishing, despite being being able to see that he's quite far behind. So
And again,
interesting.
I am
go ahead.
very surprised about how my route went.
Yeah, me too, kind of. But yeah, congratulations. How do you feel about tomorrow? You're playing again tomorrow, right?
Yes, I have to win 2 matches, I almost sure, in order to pass from another one against Ace or against AceZer0. So this is a first win, I need another one. Let's see what happens, let's see what appears the next day. I still haven't play inverted, so I really like to play inverted, but let's see what happens.
Actually,
Okay.
along those lines, what modes have you played so far?
I have played everything but inverted. So this is
Okay.
my 4th different mode. I have first play Ambrosia, the non-pen, and yesterday MC bosses.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Good luck to both of you tomorrow. And I don't know if the Spanish restream wanted you for an interview or not. But
I guess, but I don't know why. I want. Well, Ace is going to appear here now.
Oh, actually, yeah. Let's see. Let me see. We could. Where's the race time room? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to come in right now. If I should mark him done early, because he is going to finish. Maybe we could get him into the interview a little bit early.
Sounds good. Right, but in the meantime, Ace is going to go ahead on restream and make it up to Aga 2. Practice his agonometry right here. Very well done. And AceZer0 is about to drop into the Ganon fight.
All right, he hasn't responded yet, so I think we're just gonna wait until he crosses the finish line on stream.
Okay.
All right, but just getting into the Ganon fight right now. Feels like we keep on ending up here. You know, how many times has Ganon been slain between not only Link to the Past, Randomizer, but also Link to the Past?
It's gotta be millions. It's kind of interesting. So I think like Randomizer makes people replay the game more often than vanilla does. But Randomizer also came out like 26 years later. So at what point does the amount of game completions from Randomizer overtake the amount of game completions from vanilla? There's like a curve where it intersects somewhere.
All right, and already on phase 4 AceZer0, so gonna go ahead and grab this solo arrow kill, try to get the torch glitch, and does get it, as well as a great setup for for Ganon right there. And get your GGs in chat as AceZer0 is about to complete the seed. And there we go. With an official time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, 40 seconds, AceZer0 has completed the seed. GG.
GG. So that's a race time of 1:53:40, so exactly 17 minutes behind.
And we are joined here in the booth by AceZer0. GG.
GG's to RedKitsune.
GG's.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough one. It's like, I think like literally everything that went right with his route went wrong in your route.
Yeah, and some of it was mistakes, and some of it was like things that could have paid out that end up hurting me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really not sure where all the time was that I lost. Like, I'm definitely not surprised that I lost. I feel like I didn't play my best and saw things that I could have either routed better or just got luckier on. It was like, but the whole 17 minutes is a lot, and I'm not sure where all that came from. Like, obviously the Thieves Town big chest being like 100% last location is really bad, but that wasn't the only thing.
You double dipped EP and pod.
I guess more the question is, I have trouble tracking sometimes during races, like what other people are doing for their routes, like what they might have done early that made sense, that opens things up differently, and I don't see where the time save was from RedKitsune. I'd probably have to watch it back, or like maybe hear from.
Yeah, you just double dipped like everything, and he didn't basically.
It felt like it made sense though. Like Eastern going there early made sense because I wanted to turn in that green pendant. Like, I had 2 keys to pod, so I could do a decent amount and just go to Eastern while I was right there. The Thieves Town before Death Mountain made a lot of sense for me, especially with only 1 medallion. I was unlikely to get into TR, no TR big key.
Yeah.
And that's where the Thieves Town small was. But I mean, I could definitely see the argument for doing that first too. Like, especially if I'd done Dark Death Mountain really early, which is probably what RedKitsune did. Is that right? Did you do Dark DM like as soon as it became available?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
When I go to the meets, I go to Mission Mayor area.
Mhm.
And then what I do? Yes, I went before doing Ice Palace or entering Misery Maya or everything like that, I will say.
Okay.
Yeah, and did have the Thieves Town small key before going into Thieves Town. So I think Ace, you had the big key when you went into Thieves Town and was able to complete that, but RedKitsune did have the big and the small key going in, so that also impacted times.
Yes, because when I find the meats, I don't want to go to Ice Palace because I don't have a small, it's out of logic, and it's something that my opponent is going to do. So I go to Mountain. I got the Ice Rod and everything, like expecting to be able to enter TR, but I go kind of soon before doing a Smith Chain. But yes, even before a Smith Chain and everything, I really go pretty early.
Yeah, getting Thieves Town small key before you had the option to do Thieves Town at all.
Yes.
Having Ace, your EP and pod play I think made sense. But he was Kitsune I think was doing more overall to try and get more pod keys and Ace, one of the big things was you took a long time to go back to Back of Escape where Kitsune's first sword was, and we were thinking that maybe the lack of swords is what kept you out of Swamp. Swamp had the pod big key, which made pod like 1 trip for Kitsune.
Right, because I could have I still would have needed another pod small. So it still would have been 2 trips, but I wouldn't have had to go back for the Ether Medallion. Or no. Is that was in the big chest? What was in the big chest of pod? Yeah,
Big chest of pod was Meyer Big Key.
Meyer Big Key. Right. Okay. I knew there was something there.
Ether was Castle. Ether was Turtle Rock Medallion.
Ether was the castle. Right.
That was like the end of the seed.
Yeah, and then also just that one pod small key up on Pyramid Ledge as well, I think didn't.
Yeah, and I was gonna do that. I was on the fence of like, do I want to go all the way to Pyramid just to look at the ledge and then do Front of Escape before going into pod, or do I just turn in the green pendant, do pod eastern area first, and then try to do that like maybe up into Catfish or something? And I was really upset about that pod small.
Yeah,
because it would have made things a little cleaner. But
yeah, he got the Stumpy key and the Pyramid key. Those are the ones that you were late to. And then went to swamp earlier as well.
Makes sense. I don't know. I really actually kind of like forgot that I could do swamp for a little bit. Is really more what that is.
Okay.
But with, it wouldn't have fixed all of my issues. It would have saved me from the Meyer double dip for sure. That would have been really nice. And that might be it. I don't know. The other good play, or the other play you would have had to make differently, was going to Mountain first for Thieves Town Small Key. Yeah, and the Thieves Town Big Key was in. It was
on Gold Stair.
Oh, that was Ice Palace. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
that's kind of why I wanted to do that, because I went to Ice fairly early and was like, okay, well, I want to make something out of this trip. I just full cleared this crystal. Out of logic, but still, I got another crystal clearable now.
I was like on comms, like Ice Palace is like the best play on the table, and I think it's what Kitsune should do next. And he didn't want to do it because of key logic and like it being the obvious play, and like you probably have the better execution in the matchup. But like it paid off for him to not, because like Ice Palace, you just do it and you get Thieves Town Big Key, and then you go to Thieves Town without the small key because it's efficient.
Yeah, I was aware of that. Obviously, it was out of logic. Same with like Mothula, but I actually wasn't going to do Mothula or Ped there at the end, because I knew that when I went to Skullwoods, I had Skullwoods Big Chest and Thieves Big Chest, and it was a 50-50 which one has my progression. But getting another small key to Skull in the Skullwoods Big Chest was like, okay, well, if there's another Skullwoods Small in the Thieves Town Big Chest, then I have to do Mothula, because that would put it in logic.
Yeah.
So I kind of hedged my bets on that, and then of course it didn't pay out.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of interesting.
It was honestly so funny that it was there, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to do Moth before, but now like obviously you do it because that's your out. Like you don't want to go back to Thieves Town Big Chest. No. That's like probably more likely to lose that way. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts on the seed? Though we do have it looks like we have another match upcoming on SpeedGaming 4.
Just that it was kind of fun, even though it was terrible and didn't work out for me. Hopefully tomorrow's works better. This is definitely not one of my strongest modes. And looking forward to our race tomorrow. Hopefully get something a little bit more in my wheelhouse.
And I will also say that I am looking for tomorrow.
All right, good deal. Yeah, AceZer.
Yeah, no, that's it for me. Good luck to both of you tomorrow, and it's going to be an interesting finish to see who out of like the three of you in Days Cloud get out of your group.
Yeah, it's looking like a great finish for your group as well. So yeah, please give a follow to AceZer0 and RedKitsune 8 for putting on a fantastic race for us today. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up on this seed. We do have an upcoming tournament race as well on SpeedGaming 4. I'll go ahead and try to get some more information on that one. But AceZer, do you have any final thoughts on the seed?
Yeah, no, not much that we haven't said already. It's just very very like what the one person kind of made all the right decisions, one person kind of made all the wrong decisions. And I think most of the decisions made sense. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. You guys are racing at the same time tomorrow, so I don't know if that's going to get a restream, but people are interested in following the remainder of this match if they can tune in for that at their channels at the same time tomorrow. And yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Next race on SG4 in 25 minutes is Malxanthalos versus Rywek.
Right, and that should be a good matchup as well.
Yeah, and we got GP versus Willard J. Bradley on the ALTTP Randomizer channel. Oh yeah, so if you want to get more tournament action, follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 and ALTTP Randomizer and ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 5. We are in. Let's see. We have 1 more week of groups, and then we'll have like a week break for tiebreakers and such, and then after that will be the top 64 bracket. So, yeah, lots of good stuff to come. And yeah, it's gonna be it for us, I think. GG's Stoners again. Have a good day, everyone.
Y'all take it easy.